Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Banner Saga. We're picking up with our group of individuals. Let's go to Heroes. That should tell us who we're dealing with. We've got the two that, yeah, Rook and Alette, that's their name, and Ivor. We had another character, but he died at the end of the last episode. So yeah, we're picking up with this group. I don't know what the circumstances are with the other group that we were following at the start of this game, but I'm sure we'll get back to them later. Items. Your items are shown at the bottom of the roster. Drag items onto your units to equip them. Items can only be equipped by characters of equal rank. Promote your units to be able to equip higher rank items. Okay. Well, we've got this item on her, which I think is fine. Is Rook able to promote? He is. Let's take care of that right away. So, higher stats increase your item rank. Yep, that is fine. We'll spend the 5 renown. What is your ability? It's been a few days, so I gotta re-sort in my mind kind of how they fit. So you're about break damage. By marking his target, the hunter does a small amount of armor damage and is able to focus the attack of his entire team on a single enemy. Allies within range of the victim get a free instant attack on the marked target. When set up smartly, it can be one of the most powerful tactics available. Rank 1, 1 break damage, auto attack for all allies. So I can just increase the break damage by increasing the rank of this. And he's able to move through allies. Okay. So do I want him to be a break-focused character then? Because we need someone who can actually get through armor. He's already got 2 break, but we need to get him some kills. But arguably he has a higher break threshold, but he also has a higher strength. So he would be good for doing damage. Not much though, 12 versus 10. And she just has low stats all around. Also does break. Shoots through every character in the way, doing normal strength damage to each in addition to bonus armor break and puncture damage. Can damage multiple enemies in a single shot, making it extremely powerful in the right hands. Okay, stone wall. So it would hit allies, but if we had stone wall, it would protect my allies from getting hit. By standing still, blah blah blah, doing bonus damage for every 2 points of armor her target has lost. The archer gains 1 additional strength to her attack as long as she didn't move beforehand. That's what I thought, but it didn't seem like that was working in that last fight. But she also has an ability that does break. Or did they always do break? Knockback and break. Okay. So, and his is 1-3-5 rather than theirs of 1-2-3. So realistically, Ivor is the better person for break. Alright. All that being said, I don't know how we actually rank up these abilities. It's a rank 1 ability, but I can't put points into specifically upgrading that. Let's give you just some general armor and strength, I think, is fine. Because you're going to be going up front to use your ability fairly regularly. Versus, hopefully we can keep... Why does he show up twice when I cycle through? Anyway, we're going to be keeping her at a distance, hopefully, so armor won't be as important. I hope. Anyway, that's a thing. But let's go to this conversation that we have with Ivor. You find anyone? A few. Sent them inside. Gods, this is bad. About Gil. It was my fault. He was a good fighter for his age. No family. I've forgotten what it's like facing Dredge. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about Dredge. This would be the time to start talking. I can tell you they rarely stopped for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders. I wasn't there. But I know you fought your share. Yes, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. Let's check out the market, see if there's any items worth buying. They cost renown as well, I think. Okay. Is that true? 45 supplies available. 1 renown gets 3. We are somewhat low on supplies. And there's 3 of us, so 1 supply, or 1 set of 3 supplies. No, each supply is a day's worth of supplies, even though there's 3 of us. You would think it would take 3 supplies to be a day. I don't know. I don't want to go too overboard on days, but I also don't want to run out, because apparently that's bad. Also, our morale is low. Well, let's look at these. So we can't use the high level items, because we're level 2 is our maximum. Though we could, if there's a good level 3, buy it in the hopes that we level up fairly soon. Powder crush from unusual rocks, the Nordfelling wastes, are often used to paint shields, adding their strength. +2 armor. Meh. Knockback on strength greater than 4. So if we have strength greater than 4, then we get knockback? Or if we're doing more than 4 damage, then we'd get... Not sure. +2 strength. This one we could equip right now. +1 armor and... Wait, +1 arm per rest? What's rest? Sometimes the difference between armor over your shoulder or on the ground is whether you keep it sewn together. And then +2 arm per rest. Is rest one of our character stats that I've forgotten? No. I have no idea. Well, I don't really want to buy something if I don't know what it means. But getting an additional armor for just 2 supplies feels like it'd be good, but I just don't know if I would, in fact, get that extra armor. Because I don't know what rest is. Let's buy a handful of supplies. 10 means that we've got enough supply, or enough renown for 2 more level ups. And then that'll give us 12 more supplies, which should last us a while. I'm going to arguably, or arbitrarily decide that's good. Let's head into the Great Hall. Rook, thank the gods you've made it. The Great Hall is an utter din, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds you, pushing through the crowd. They know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight, what would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Not so easily done, Rook. I trust Ivor on this. It's not a decision I care to make. I think we can hold out. I don't know. I guess we don't know how many there are, but it seems like it's a pretty big horde that's not going to stop. So, and Ivor has the most experience, so I trust Ivor on this. The chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagine us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If Dredge are coming down from the north. Frostveller to the west. It's close and it has walls. I intend to be free of Skjoger in one push. Nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the roads to Frostveller. Sounds like suicide, Ivor. Let's do this as the chieftain says. Ivor's right, I'll help with the distraction. What if we set the town on fire as we left? Oh, that is a bold choice. Do we abandon the storehouse? I'm tempted to go with helping Ivors. But I do like both of these other questions as well. Hopefully, I don't know if this game just automatically moves on if there's no chance to go back. I haven't played enough to get a feel for the dialogue system. Do we abandon the storehouse? If we have to, we'd be leaving behind everything but the supplies you brought, Rook. We did not bring many supplies. On the other hand, Frostveller's on at least a week away. I'm not sure we've got that much food. It'll be cutting it close. I've saddled with heavy carts. If we were saddled with heavy carts, it'll be almost impossible to outpace the dredge. And if we run out of food before we get to Frostveller, it won't matter how many escape. I still say let me handle the dredge. So I'll just get out here like the chieftain suggested. So we're kind of back to the same statements. Ivor usually knows what he's talking about. I'll join him. Chieftain thinks for a long moment. I didn't ask for advice just to ignore it. Promise you're not throwing your lives on this. Throwing away your lives on this. That wasn't part of my plan, Ivor? Nope. Then I'm coming with you. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin, but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. Make your move, Ivor. We'll leave when you're clear. Okay. Alette finds you before you have the chance to find her. I know what you're doing. You have to let me come with you. Don't leave me, please. I'll be good. Okay, Alette just promised to listen, or not this time, it's too dangerous. It kind of is too dangerous. We're on a bit of a suicide last-ditch stand, trying to just buy time for the rest of the town to get out. And she is not as well trained. But also, the more people we have, the better off our chances of surviving. But we let her and the kid join. And the kid died in the last bit, which was weird to me, that he died in a dialogue. Because I'm used to, say, Fire Emblems, where dialogue is just dialogue, and the only real threats is while you're doing the battle portion. I'm gonna let her come along, even though it is risky. I just don't know how the story is gonna play out. But she seems like a pretty main character, since the two of them are on the title page of the game. So I doubt they're gonna just spontaneously kill her off. So I just have to keep her alive in combat. Okay, Let, just promise to listen. I promise, she says. Ivor soon finds you both. Let's go. Remember, we're not trying to fight them all. We're just getting their attention. You step into the town courtyard, where you can already see Dredge in every direction. Ivor starts banging his shield and swearing at them. We kill a few, he shouts, and the rest will follow. You steel yourself for a tough fight. Yeah. Okay, what is your deal, Old Life? Old Life? Rain of Arrows. The character secretly selects an unoccupied tile on the board and fires up to 3 arrows in the air. If any enemy passes through the selected tile, they are hit by the following arrows, doing normal strength damage and stopping them in their tracks, ending their turn. Rain of Arrows can be used offensively, defensively to protect allies, and in general is the most effective when forcing an opponent to second-guess his actions. Smart use of the ability can potentially lock down an entire team. So it says you're firing 3 arrows, but rank 1 is 1 arrow, rank 2 is 2 arrows, and rank 3 is 3 arrows. So is it 3 arrows or is it 1? By standing still, the archer is able to line up a shot to take advantage, so she has the same passive ability as Alette. Okay. Similar stats as well. Not a lot of strength or armor. Good amount of willpower. Huge willpower cap. That's insane. Not much break. Okay. I still think turn order of Ivor being at front, followed by Rook, followed by Alette, and then Oddlife. Maybe we'll put Oddlife first and call that better. Ready for battle. And let's see how this goes. Also, the fact that I can't manually save this game is a bit rough. Oh, dude, they are on their own? No? I can move you guys, right? Okay, good. Oh, man, I thought that was... They were making that choice for me, and I was like, oh no, I am screwed. If we put the 2 of you together... I don't know. I guess so. He's not very tanky. In my mind, part of me thinks I should swap them because he's stronger and she's weaker. But also we've got 3 enemies over here. So maybe I do keep the weaker pair on this side and the stronger pair on this side. And yeah, we'll put the archers in the corner. Enemy abilities. Okay, you've just got Splinter, Splinter. Are you all basically the same unit? Just Dredge Grunts? Okay. Sure. We'll pretend this is all fine. So I could get you up if I'm willing to waste a willpower. You have 4. You do 12 damage. So you do 4 armor or 4 damage. Or I could have you do 2 break to this guy. Either way, getting in there feels like it'll be good. And doing some strength damage will be good to reduce how much damage I take back. Because that'll put him at 6 strength versus my 14 armor. He can't actually hurt me. Actually, none of them can hurt him with his 14 armor. They're going to have to break through for a while. Or we do battering ram, which does break as well. Hadn't considered that. Only 1 break. That may not have been worth it. So let's see. If I move over... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're within range of that shot. And probably not at risk of this guy getting to us quite this turn yet. So let's just have you take the shot. Doing a bunch of strength damage. I don't think I want to waste my willpower yet. Alright. We're going to want to get you involved. Sadly, you are way out of range. No, she can't even get into range to help out yet. Even if I used willpower to get closer, it's still not close enough, so there's no point. Perhaps I shouldn't have pushed her at the very far edge. Could do Rain of Arrows. No, even then, it's same terrible range. I could do Rain of Arrows there, but the chances of one of them might. If he's going to try and move forward, that's probably the square he's going to go to. We'll give it a shot. See how it goes. She's got lots of willpower. Alright, so you can't shoot from there or there. So yeah, you're likewise unable to get involved. Thread the needle won't do anything, so just end your turn. Okay, good hits all around. You could kill this one. Not as much value in killing. Could battering ram to knock someone back. That's not what I wanted. Or we could do break. And I think break makes more sense than damage. $7.10. Let's do break on you. Alright, so we could have you focus here, and perhaps I should. Or I could step forward and use my abilities to get both people to attack here, but there's no point. Because we can just kill you anyway. Let's go here and attack this guy. Hopefully get him to a point, yeah, where he can't easily get in to attack us. Now, if you stayed put, you could do an extra damage here. Versus if you moved. She does have that option, which she could use to hit this guy. Because almost certainly he's going to walk forward. But she'd have to step closer. And then there's no guarantee he would head that way because he might head towards her. No, just attack here. Yeah, you're getting the extra damage because you didn't move. Alright, she can get involved here. If I use a willpower there, she's got 7 of them, so I don't really need to worry about wasting willpower. She should be able to shoot through both of them, I believe. Thread the needle would hit both of these guys. It's all units between the archer and the target doing bonus armor damage or bonus armor break damage. Yeah. Good hit. You're nearly dead. Yep, just keep weakening them so we're not actually worried about them doing any real harm. Now, I could have you use your ability, Mark Prey, which means both of you would attack here. So let's see how this actually works. It'll do some break, and then he and her will attack, I think. I hope. No, just she attacks. Alright, your armor's starting to get low, but all of them still have low enough strength that it's not actually a concern. This guy is now the bigger problem. Although, for now, it's not actually an issue. Would it be better for me to just finish off the 2 of them? Maybe so. I know killing enemies early just leaves the weaker enemies getting more turns. Hey, that's not bad. Let's have you attack here. Don't use a willpower, so you'll just get him down to 1 health left, or 1 strength, so he's basically not a concern. 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, technically we could get everyone to gang up and kill this guy, or we could just kill him. I guess you don't need to move, actually. You can just shoot. Or I could move you forward, and you could take out that one. And that would leave the 1 health guy as the only one remaining. Yeah. Now we go into pillage. 1 guy left, but he's fine. And you die. None of us even took any damage, I don't think. Beat an enemy with the Sky Striker. Promotion for Alette. Brilliant. And 6 more renown. 4 supplies down. Not ideal. We only have 9 days of supplies. That's not what it told me before. You have no problem getting the dredge to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in the thick woods, where they have difficulty keeping up. You climb an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. An hour later, Oddleaf is the first to spot them. There, she points to the road. As you rejoin them, you can tell there was trouble. Some people wounded, others missing. Ugh. A group is gathered at the rear of the caravan. Oddleaf walks beside a covered figure in the open wagon. Old fool, she says, through clenched teeth. I should have stayed with him. The chieftain's death hits you like a blow to the gut. You continue on to Frostfeller in silence, Allette's hand firmly in your own. chieftain, or the chief died. That's not ideal. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backwards to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. That's bad news. We've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until till at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. Call an early stop to the day, slow the pace so everyone can catch up, keep a steady pace, or rally the caravan with a speech. I mean, if we can rally the caravan with a speech, that definitely feels like a good thing to do, considering mood is still low. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step, remember those who didn't make it, and push onwards. The clansmen see your efforts and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. Morale improved. Very good. And morale decline. So we're back down to normal morale. Supplies are starting to get lower. Only 8 days left. Glad we bought some of it, but perhaps we should have bought more now that we've got plenty of renown. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women dropped their meager possessions beneath the godstone of Fridvaldir. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? What do we do if we run into more dredge? But you're the dredge killer around here. How am I supposed to do that? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright. Gods, Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. I'm worried about Alette mostly. You're right, or what if we run into more dredge? I'm worried about Alette mostly. Keep her close. You do care, I can tell. Pfeh, men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge, as far as I can tell. Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Fridvaldir looking the same direction as you. Let's inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors, not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else now that the gods are dead. Fridvaldir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually the camp is broken down, and it's time to move on to Frostviller. It feels like an end more than a start. So we got the Jarkin Ruin. So we can make camp at any point. And at some point we should in order to get back morale. I guess if it goes below normal, I want to rest so we can get it back up. Though again, we're low on supplies. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. Allow the men to join you. What are you doing out here alone? Refuse the men. Make sure they don't follow. Do we think that they could be bandits? I guess. That's the inherent fear of strangers. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting here for food when the dredge found our village, says the man. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. I mean, I hope they're not going to turn out to be bandits and attack us. And finding a watering hole and animals for hunting would be useful. Let's allow the men to join us. Although, technically, that probably means our supplies go slightly less far. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Plus 12 fighters, plus 5 renown, plus 18 supplies, which only gets us to 11 days. And morale has declined again. During a rest, one of the men got too drunk and ended up splashing mead in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts, many thrown fists, and a broken bone later. The instigator, these names are bad for me. Raffensvater is tossed on the ground at your feet, angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. Coerce a public apology from him, tie him up until he dries out, laugh off the scuffle, or encourage the others to let the issue drop. I don't think we can justify just laughing off the scuffle. Apparently it got bad enough of a brawl that led to broken bones. Public apology is probably the nice way of handling it. But if he is just a drooling drunk at the moment, tying him up and waiting for him to sober out also feels sensible. And then, of course, a public apology. I mean, it's not like we're going to kill him or something. Tying him up until he sobers feels fine. It's a strong punishment without any lasting consequences. You grab a rope from the supplies and make short work of the sot. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. Alright, let's camp. We got some supplies. We don't need to worry too much about starving. We can level up Alette. And we got this new item, which is level 2. A crude medallion made from the branch of a tree found above the godstone Hridbaldir. Carved with a curious rune. It gives 15% dodge strength. I don't know what that means either. What is dodge strength? I know what strength is. Is there just a 15% chance that we dodge a strength attack against us? Because that'd be pretty cool. In that case, we'd want to give it to Ivor, probably, because he's the one up front tanking. But he doesn't have the level, so we can't equip a level 2 item to him. Let's promote you. I think that'll be fine. Let's give you another, whatever this one's called. Exertion. She's got tons of willpower, so the ability to use more of it in a turn feels good. And then probably strength. I don't think we need to focus on her defense as much, I'm hoping. Though I'll be really upset if she ends up dying. That feels pretty good. And then as for the item, I think we give that to Rook. So he's got 15% dodge strength, whatever that is. And then let's rest to get our morale back up a little bit higher. I mean, it's still normal morale. One more day? We'll do one more day. There we go. Good morale. That's probably fine. We still have 8 days to find more supplies. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostveller, with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and are disgusted amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Presumably we could have rested here instead. Yeah. Ah well, it is what it is. So where are we on the map? So we left Skjoger, and we're trying to get to Frostveller, which is really not that far. Our other group left from Strand with the intention of getting up here to Grufheim, I think. We don't know where they're at or how successful their trip was. I assume we'll reconnect with their story at some point. Well, let's check out your market. We can't use any of those items, and I think they're basically the same ones we had. This is new. A stamp symbolizing a chieftain's will passed down from father to son and kender to kender. Gives 1 will per turn. So we just gain more will? That feels really powerful. Because will is the thing that allows us to do exertion. Either stepping farther or doing more damage. Let's buy a ton of supplies. So that's all they have available, 24 supplies. We could buy all of that to give us a few more days worth. And I think we just kind of have to. We still have plenty of renown. I think that's fine. Do I buy this? It's only 6. But it feels like once we level up, that'll be really powerful. Plus 2 strength is also probably decent. But I think the ability to use a willpower per turn, or regaining 1 will per turn, sounds really good. So I'm going to buy that. We still have lots of renown. Yes, okay. I was making sure. I was like, hang on, we only have 27 renown and I'm spending 24? No, it's already counted it down. We're fine. And I think that is where we're going to leave this episode. So next time we'll pick up from here. We'll leave this small town on our way, continuing. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.